here's how you think about the different objectives, okay? Think of it as like a bottle. Conversions is really taking the cream on top, which is typically like the best audience, right? Most likely to convert. And that's why it's the gold standard. It's always just conversion as the default. When you use reach when you want the entire audience. It's like, I want to just reach as many people as possible, okay? Now we use reach when we know we have a very small audience that it's hot, that's proven to convert, and typically it is a retargeting campaign. Here's what most people do when they run Facebook ads. They switch on a campaign, they put in a bunch of money, $100, $1,000, $5,000, and then they hope and pray. They hope and pray that by putting the money in, sales the next day would at least break even or be profitable. Today in this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to exactly the thought process, what to test to avoid burning money. The question is, what type of campaign objectives should you be setting? I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes to this coaching call that I recently did to show you exactly how you can predict and think about the entire campaign so that you don't lose money after you run the campaign, but rather to strategically think about what type of campaigns to run, the objective, what to say to minimize the odds of you losing any money at all. Let's begin. Let's begin with this, okay? Let's begin with who you serve and the result you help your audience generate, and then after that we'll begin.
Okay, so it's property investors. I'd like to niche down, but we help our property investors create a passive income and a high net worth through a course that we're offering right now.
So what would you like to be able to get out of this hot seat that will either help you scale or get unstuck?
Yep, so we ran our first webinar and we had really good results, and it's amazing how much that Noah, talking to Noah actually resonates with the problem I'm having right now. So we run to a very warm, hot audience. I've been building a YouTube audience for a year now, and we ran it and it went really well. And then we went into paid ads and it's just tanked, absolutely tanked.
Okay, so what do you feel is the issue that you would like to work on for the hot seat right now?
To be honest, I sent through a Word document, and yes, it's literally, we spent $7,000 on ads and got one registrant. That's it.
So I think the first thing we gotta do is I wanna make sure that if I'm working with somebody else or a business partner, that it cannot be the case where we spend $1,000 to get one lead and we continue to leave the campaign running. That just can't happen, because literally what happened over here, as I see this, you spent $7,000, okay? And what essentially happened, if you think about it, was there was a point in time when you spent up to $1,000 that it could have ended there, and you could have gone, okay, let's take a look and see how we can make changes and improvements in this entire thing. But first, we got to be able to deconstruct and see, and that's why I asked the question of, how can I stop this from happening again? Okay, so this means that after $3,000 and getting no registrants, it will be like, oh, let's continue spending money. And at $5,000, maybe you got one registrant, and it will be like, oh, so you spent $5,000 to get one lead who somehow believed in us. And after that, let's keep it running, right? So that is insanity. So let's try to solve the root of that problem first. Is it because now you have somebody else running the campaign and that person is not looking at numbers, and because it's not the person's, how do we stop this from happening? Yeah.
So yeah, about 3,000 of that was involved, and then the remaining was image ads because he was out of the country. He went on holiday as soon as we did the first event and made $66,000 or something, and then he was away for 3 weeks. So it was like, all right, I've just got to run image ads because I can't get him in there to be the face, of everything starts and ends with him. And then when he got back, he was like, oh yeah, we'll just put evergreen, we'll just do, and that didn't work. And then, yeah, basically I've just been doing image ads. And then yesterday, and that's why I've been so late with the hot seat application, was yeah, we ran our first video ads, and yeah, still no result.
Right. Okay. So let's take a look at the funnel. Let's see what's going on over there.
Yeah, that's that's the paradox where, like, when we had a hot audience and it was the same funnel and we got a very, very good uptake, and then when it was from Facebook ads to the funnel, we didn't get anyone. So it's like, how can the funnel be the problem if it was so successful hot and so bad cold, you know?
Agreed. And the reason is because when there is goodwill and trust that's built over time, that's the difference, right? And that's what I mean. Like, when you have that built, people close an eye, right? You could have a really whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's amazing."
Yeah.
So
that's what it was like.
Okay, so you feel that it's not the funnel because it works very well for hot audiences. You think it's the ad and the creative, or you don't know?
I'm bewildered. Like,
okay, so I remember you posted some of your results, I believe, from your webinar. Walk us through what happened in the previous webinar or the event when you ran it to just warm and hot audiences.
Okay, so the very first webinar, we had about a month to build it up, and that's what I got from Noah's interaction with you. So we had about a month to build it up, and we have a YouTube channel. We've grown it to 3,000 subscribers. And yeah, we did a Patreon video. We did a few little things. I did a few little posts in the Facebook group, built it up for a month, and it went really well. I think we made, as I said, 66,000 in the one night. And then we all got excited. So let's run it 2 days later. And we raised the price from 2,000 to 3,000, and we made 12 sales that following time. So now we're up to $100,000 in 2 days. And then we ran the third webinar, and then that's sort of where the wheels fell off. We pre-framed it really bad. So I'm in marketing, but I have a boss in charge of marketing, and they sort of got on the Elon Musk train where they said, we've got such a great product, open sourced, but open sourced means free. So they're coming into the event thinking something's free, and then we're selling them a $3,000 offer. And yeah, it didn't go well. I think we made one sale and then 3 on the replay, etc. So I didn't have the systems and protocols in for the first 2 because I was just learning Cartnetics, etc. And I love Cartnetics. I think it's amazing. Now that we've sorted the follow-up procedures, etc., yeah, we're back to running ads and going from there.
Okay, awesome. By the way, I've seen you post the results inside the group. Congratulations, very happy for what it is you've done. We are just getting warmed up. I was just at the high-level event that we just did and the keynote that I was on. Like, I can tell you we're just in the beginning phases of making. Right now we're rebranding Cartnetics to the sales process, but there's a ton of stuff that's happening, and I'm just very excited. From what I hear, you have this webinar funnel you've been running into warm/hot audiences. It was super amazing initially. You're 66K overnight. It's like, man, I've hit the jackpot. And then after that, you increased the price at 12 sales. Then you did over $100,000 in 2 days. It was amazing. And then when it went to cold traffic, that's when it kind of, things broke, right? Okay, so when I see this, I need to be able to see the registration page, because when a person is paying $7,000 to get one, and to confirm, is it what Karim says? I don't think it was one lead, it was one conversion. Was it one conversion?
One email. One email.
Correct. One lead, exactly. Okay. So that to me tells me, in fact, something is broken. It's not that it's not, to me, if it was $7,000 for one email, something wasn't set up correctly. It's not that it's not converting, because you could have literally said, I'm not kidding, a landing page could have said, by the way, I know that this page looks extremely poorly designed, but I promise you it'll change your life, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Enter your name and email to find out what it is. That would have converted way better than a $7,000 cost per lead. So when you have a $7,000 cost per lead, it means either they're not being captured, it means that the Facebook ad that's running is sending people to a broken link. It's not the funnel. Something is broken. That's the logical thing to think about it, because the worst horrible ad ever is not going to give you a $7,000 cost per lead. So the things that I will check, number one, is maybe the ad that you send people to, instead of sending them to .com, you're sending them to .co.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't $7,000 per lead. Maybe that one lead that you got was actually your own email that you were testing out to make sure things weren't working. Like, to me, sounds like it was 0 leads. It's not 1 lead. Okay?
Yeah. You know what's absolutely crazy? I clicked on my own ad and it worked. And I went through the funnel and it worked. And I'm going, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand. And my business partner's like, something's broken. So I'm absolutely rigorously like, all right, I'm seeing that ad, I'm not logged in as my own Facebook. I click on it and it still goes through, and it's like, is this the worst ad ever? Or
wait. So let's take things one at a time. Can you DM me the funnel URL? I'll take a look at the funnel URL and then we'll take a look at some ads. So registrants, first webinar, 0 ad spend, amazing, 60,000, top of the world, use proven presentation. Just replace the words. It's like, guys, I got it now. This is amazing. This funnel template, and then it was amazing. Okay. Webinar number 2, 66 show up rates. Like, oh man, who said that show up rates are horrible? We got a 65% show up rate, right? And everybody.
That's using your follow-up processes too, which is fantastic.
Okay, great, right? So it's like, man, the follow-up process works, the email, the text, all of that.
Yep.
And then it's like 100 grand, right? Man, there's money left on the table. There wasn't even any webinar follow-up. Okay, so no.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, this tells me that there's still, but here's the thing, right? It's like a 36% close. It sounds like the people are landing on the page, but they're not registering. The next thing that I would do for confirmation is, could you go into your Cartnetics account and confirm this? And you see that indeed there was X amount of people that visited the page. But
I did that, and sorry, the only reason why I didn't put the numbers in was because, again, with the rush, it's about a 75% landing. So they're landing there and it still says 0. So out of that 700 and something, there was about 520. And I'm like, what's the go? So literally about 75% landing on the page from the ad. Like, you know, obviously you got people who click on it and then it just doesn't load fast or whatnot. You know, they just tune out. But literally, when I was checking that when I was doing it, but I didn't provide that in the Word document.
Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, on this landing page, you run ads to this page over here. You're paying about $1-ish. Worked really well. This is the same landing page you use for warm audience.
The same landing page with
100 grand on this, so it's not a landing page. And I can see this is like the template that's inside Cartnetics. So
worked perfectly.
Okay, so a couple of things I would say. Let's see what happens when I click here. Okay, this will be more of a fancy thing, but you know what? All these small tweaks is, okay, here are a couple of things that I can think of. Okay, number one, it would be the campaign objective. When you're running these ads, how the pixel works is, and the pixels, you know, after iOS 14 hasn't been that great either. But first one would be, I want to see if it's a Facebook thing. So I would like you to take this same funnel and run it to a TikTok audience as well as a YouTube audience.
Okay. Yep.
That's the first thing you're gonna do, is to see if it's like, is the issue with the Facebook and the targeting? Or is it like something else that's broken that you don't see? Okay. So create a Facebook ad, create a TikTok ad, but really make it like native to that thing. So don't just take like a current Facebook ad campaign and then just slap it on TikTok. Really see like native to TikTok, what is TikTok audiences, what does a TikTok video look like, and create an ad based on that. So choose a music that's trending, a filter that's trending, and even like the text, make it look native to TikTok, and then run that as an ad. Okay. Next one, do the same thing for YouTube. So rather than it being like a thing on Facebook and you put it on YouTube, so for TikTok it's going to be vertical. For YouTube, create a horizontal ad, right? Just for YouTube, run it again to, you know, property related type of channels and keywords and content, and then again see what the registration is. Next one is for Facebook. I'm not going to give up on Facebook, but I want to be able to change everything and create a brand new campaign.
Yep.
But the way you're going to test it now is you don't test it in Australia. You test it in countries where the cost per lead is just usually extremely cheap. So I will just create a new campaign to test that's targeting India and Philippines. And I'm just going to put in like, whatever, $20 one time. I just want to be able to see, are people registering? Because typically you'll get cost per leads super cheap, just to see, and it's really just troubleshooting. Here's how you think about the different objectives, okay? Think of it as like a bottle. Conversions is really taking the cream on top, which is typically like the best audience, right? Most likely to convert. And that's why it's the gold standard. It's always just conversion as the default. When you use reach when you want the entire audience. It's like, I want to just reach as many people as possible, okay? Now we use reach when we know we have a very small audience that it's hot, that's proven to convert, and typically it is a retargeting campaign. So only utilize reach campaigns for extremely small, qualified, hot audiences as the objective. Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if the right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.